Well, I don't know if you can see it from this angle pointing straight to the sky, but it's actually snowing. It was snowing a little bit earlier, and the flakes looked a little bit bigger than they are now. But I decided to come out because I've been in the flat all day. It's just gone 2:05, obviously in the afternoon, and I've been in at home all day, and it's nice and warm inside, but you know, you're not getting any fresh air, you're not getting any exercise. I'm not going to go far, to be honest. It's the 2nd of January 2021, and I've been listening actually to Alex Jones on his channel Infowars.com. Fascinating 4-hour program. Then they had someone on called Nick Baggett, I think it was. Canadian, very interesting, kind of holistic speaker. The antidote to Alex Jones, who's all kind of guns and ammo blazing. So, hiya. But you can see the snow is beginning to sort of like build up a little bit on the vehicles, but it's not that heavy, and I don't think it'll settle. But it's refreshing enough to invigorate someone who's becoming a bit sleepy. Mind you, I have a right to be sleepy. I didn't go to bed until what time? At 3:30 this morning, and then I got up at 9. So I am tired now. What with it? We're coming towards the end of the day in terms of daylight, but of course that will be the end of the day in terms of the Sabbath, because it's a Saturday the 2nd of January 2021, and one reason I wouldn't have been out busking today if the weather had been kinder anyway. I think it was 0 degrees when I got up. It actually feels a little bit milder now, but I don't go out and busk on the Sabbath anymore. I did used to. Let's go around here. Look, there's a bird up there. You can hear the birds. That tree there, I don't know what kind of, it's a fir tree of some kind. It's obviously a haven for dozens if not hundreds of birds. Right? I have seen lots and lots of little birds kind of flying in and out of these bushes and trees over the time. Right, well, I'll just get up to the river and let you have a look, but I just wanted to, I'm going to be posting on my the reason I got to bed very late, you're very interested. What am I talking about? I said I was bed at 3:30. I didn't go to bed till gone 5 o'clock. I wanted to go to bed at 3 o'clock. In fact, I wanted to go to bed at 2 o'clock, but I was still working on my website. And to be honest, it's better to work in the day, because at night time your faculties aren't as sharp, and something that might have taken you half an hour to do if you were... Let's go up here for a change. Normally I jog along the path here and up towards the bridge, but I'll just come along grass and we'll see the river in just a moment. Yes, I was up until it gone 5. I know it was gone 5. It was 5:20 I think when I finally got into bed, because they were doing... There's that swan just disappearing underneath. See if we can get to it. It won't focus. It don't want to focus. I think there might be some mist on the lens. Let me just give it a little bit of a wipe. Sorry about this. Might help it focus. Yeah, it probably takes you what you do in half an hour. Sorry, what you could do in half an hour in the daylight, in the daytime. More swans coming this way, look. Probably takes you 2 hours in the wee hours in the morning, because you're not functioning as you could and should be. So that was a bad plan, but I wanted to get it finished, and I kept on thinking of new things on this page. It's called What the Government Isn't Telling You, and I've actually put something similar up on my Facebook page. So I'll probably post this on my Facebook anyway, and it may even end up on my website too, because I've got an idea for another page. I've got an idea for dozens of pages, if the truth be told, but the 2 or 3 that I really want to get out should have been out by now already. One's about, let's talk about death. The other one's the big picture. So what's actually going on in the world? What's the overall overarching plan that's being played out? And there's one other one that's on my mind. I want to talk about gambling, and I've been wanting to do Let's Talk About Gambling for 2 years or more. Here come the swans. So that's another one, but I think that might be put off. There's another one that's not springing to mind, probably because I'm so tired, that I need to do. I want to get out, but just this afternoon, as I've been doing a little bit of cooking, I'm expecting my friend Paul to come round. In fact, I better get back, because if he comes round and rings the bell, I'm not going to be there to let him in, and I'm assuming he's going to come through Booton Park because he lives across that way. But he may come from town because he might have been out, in which case he might come in that direction, and I won't see him. He could be there now, so I'm going to go back. There's the bridge, look. So yeah, there's one more thing that came to me when I was cooking this afternoon, and that is I've already done a post on my Facebook page which asks, so look at this, look, what Happy New Year ? And the only difference between 2020 and 2021 is that one digit, and I use the the hand signal with the single digit, because I don't think it's going to get any better in terms of what the evil elite, the global technocrats are trying to pull on humanity. The Bill Gateses, the Klaus Schwabs, the Henry Kissingers of the world, the Ursula von der Leyen and Boris Johnson's, and you'll be sad to hear this, some will be sad to hear this, the Donald Trumps of the world. Right, so I've got the idea that came to me this afternoon is to do a post that I've already done on my Facebook page, Happy New Year ? Because I went out last night. I'll just quickly tell you this before I go. I went out last night. Look, I'm not the only one out taking a walk, getting some fresh air. Look, some people heading up towards the bridge, going across the bridge. Swans going there. Yeah, I went out on New Year's Eve. It's principally because I don't want to focus. I'm sorry. Don't know what's wrong with it. Matt Hancock and Boris Johnson actually on New Year's Eve said, oh, you can't go. Oh no, actually it was the eve of New Year's Eve, on the 30th. So it had been Thursday the 30th. They actually said, you can't go out. Or was it Wednesday the 30th? Can't remember. Yeah, Tuesday the 29th, Wednesday the 30th, they said you can't go out. You've got to stay at home. You can't go to anybody else's house. You mustn't congregate. And basically, you can't celebrate New Year's. Well, as I said on my Facebook page, I don't want to celebrate New Year's. It's all a part of the pagan, Roman, sex, fertility, God, pagan worship that all Christmas is all about, which has just been appropriated to Christ's name. Christ wasn't born at Christmas. And it's just a continuation of the old Roman festivals of Saturnalia and Brumalia. But they used to keep at this time of the year to kind of encourage the sun to come back, because obviously all life on Earth depends on the fantastic heat and sustenance that we get, radiation, from the sun. Without the sun, this would be a dead planet, and we wouldn't be here. And God made sure that those things, the sun and the moon and the stars and everything was there, and everything we needed was here. But the people who are pagan, who don't want to worship God or believe God, worship the sun instead of worshipping the creator of the sun, who is God. Anyway, so I don't want to keep all of that New Year's, but because Matt Hancock, I'm calling him that Muppet Matt Hancock now, and that Muppet Boris Johnson and his advisors, what's it, Valance and Whitty, excuse me, bit of spittle down my throat. You're all right, it's not the coronavirus. That was it. I wanted to do a talk about how to avoid getting COVID-19. How to stay healthy, in other words. Because you don't need to worry about this, or the flu, or any of these other things, if you keep yourself healthy and follow health laws and principles. And there's a very good thing I've already posted on my page in that article that I called "What the Government Isn't Telling You." Judy Mikovits, Dr. Judy Mikovits, gives some excellent tips on how to deal with or treat yourself or avoid COVID-19. So you want to check that out if you are concerned about it. But most people don't need to be concerned about it if they're healthy. As we know, if you're elderly, have a weakened immune system, comorbidities, heart conditions, cancer treatment, and all of these things, then clearly you're compromised, and any kind of disease pathogen may pose a risk, an increased risk to you. But if you're a healthy person and you're keeping yourself healthy, and that is the key, you don't need to fear. And if you believe in God, put your trust in Him and follow His laws and guidelines, you can be positively full of joy and peace. So that's my message for the new year. Peace, joy and goodwill to all men in 2021 by relying on Jesus Christ and the power of His Father, our God. Happy New Year.